I often have people asking me if it is safe in Mindanao. Now I believe that this friend of mine, another subscriber, I get lots of information about various parts of the world. And this particular message that I had was in saying that this particular subscriber is not planning on coming to the Philippines. His plan apparently was to retire here, and he was putting quite a bit of planning in there. His wife lives, or came from, her family is in Bacolod. I think I'm pronouncing that right, and I think it's in Mindanao. Now, Mindanao is reputed to be a sometimes safe and sometimes not safe place. So, for myself personally, I would not go to Mindanao without thinking very, very carefully about it. Well, this subscriber has decided not to go there. He's put his plans on full stop, as he said. Now the thing about Bacolod, that the information that he gave was that his family had sent the video. That's the thing about internet media now, isn't it? That we can know what is happening almost, well, instantaneously. If something was happening right now in this, well, you are watching something that is happening right now, and if I chose to send it right now, it would almost be in real time. So what he said was that the video contained the noise of gunshots. The family, he said it was almost total darkness. He said the family was lying on the floor to avoid the possibility of being shot by stray bullets. So there were guns going off, and he said that he could hear explosions and helicopters, and the whole thing was quite a bit of a mess. Now, this really reinforces what I've said is the best possible plan for anybody planning on coming to the Philippines to retire. Now, usually when expats talk about coming to the Philippines to retire, it's either to be reunited by their wife, fiance, or girlfriend, or in the hope that they will meet someone. Well, that they will meet some is a foregone conclusion, because for better or for worse, right or wrong, good or bad, women in the Philippines are open to the attention of an older man, and I am evidence of that. I'm 50 years older than my wife. They said it wouldn't last. We're into now, soon into our we're in our ninth year, and I wish I could tell all you believers that it had been an absolute cakewalk, but it's not. Marriage isn't. Marriage, no matter... Sorry, negotiating a little spot there on the road. It has to be worked at. Even a great love affair needs work. It does need work. Occasionally you will have what I call the divorce night. That's where you're each thinking, right, what will I do? Well, I can go and I can rent a place in town, and then she'll get this and I'll get that, and I'll be able to, you know, you do all of that. Both of you do all of that in your own way. And then when all of the dust settles, one of you will say, so, would you like a cup of coffee? It happens. So, anybody coming here, what is the best way? Now, I mean, run this by in your own mind, whether this makes sense to you. The one way that most people do this, unless they are familiar with the Philippines and they've been here on various vacations, unless they've done that, they'll be looking, they'll have reached a point in their life, possibly like me, when they've lost everything, marriage, house, money, and you're wondering what the hell you're going to do next. And the Philippines can raise its either ugly or beautiful head in your calculations. So then, out of curiosity, you might go onto a dating site. A dating site, otherwise known as the marriage minefield. You know, put a foot wrong and you get your leg blown off, or worse, your bank account. So all of these things come into the calculation. Now, what happens then is, if they're even a reasonable looking guy, they put their photo and their profile onto the internet, and they sit back and wait and see. And sometimes a day later, they've got 200 or 300 or 400 women from age 17 on who apparently are interested and already in love with them for what they've put up. So then they sift through that, and if they are lucky, or if they are savvy and they know how to look at the signs, how to read the subtext. In other words, what's being said is not what always is the message. So they do all of that, and they find someone. I was communicating to a friend this morning who did exactly that. He was a long-time subscriber of our channel, A Foreigner in the Philippines. And he went on to that, and he started to look at videos, and then he started, out of curiosity, to read the comments. And cut a long story short, he liked the things that this lady commented on. And he thought, this is a person that I could at least be friends with. Now, either he wrote to her or she wrote to him, but either way, they found a bond. And they are now together, they are now partners. Now, unfortunately, because of the rule of divorce and annulments in their place, they have not been able, despite their best intention and best plans, to marry. So they're still waiting to be able to do that. But they are very, very happy and very respectful of each other and loving of each other. So these things can happen. But let's talk about the ordinary Joe with ordinary luck and no great planning. Here's what I suggest you do. So that you are not lying on the floor trying to avoid stray bullets like the family of the subscriber that I've just been describing, so that you are happy where you live. I'm happy living in Bohol. I'm happy living just outside Taliban. It suits me. I don't look at aeroplanes passing overhead anymore and wish that I was on them. I am where I want to be. And even more especially, I'm where I want to be when I see what the hell's going on in other parts of the world. In the UK, I get messages from the UK. It's turning into hell there, according to my friend. And my friends in the US, they're also going through a rough time there with Sleepy Joe and Dumbhead Kamala. So all of this is all happening. I'm where I want to be, and I'm quite happy to. Now, how can you have that? I'm with a woman who loves me and respects me, and I love and respect her. I don't want anybody else. I go out every day and I see lots and lots of beautiful women. I have no desire to do anything that is outside of my marriage. So I'm happy. Now, I'm happy living where I am, and I'm happy in the marriage that I have, and I'm happy in the mission to help that we have now found. How can you get something that approximates that? First of all, do not go onto the dating sites. Don't do it, okay? The thing to do is to research the Philippines. There are 7,000 islands, and with the internet, what it is, you can go on all of the sites of people who are posting expats for this and foreign life, foreigner in the Philippines. You can go on all of these sites and they're telling you what real life is about. Now, that's in the place that they live. Now, my site comes from the whole. It comes from Taliban. And while I've just said, I don't know that it suits anybody, it suits me. So, look at the various sites. Look at the various places. Try to read between the lines. Are they there as a sex tourist, just bonking the women that will be willing to do that for whatever benefits they get? Or are they someone who is leading a similar lifestyle to what you would do? Try to decide whether you'd like to be near the beach or whether you'd like to live in the mountains. Try to decide if you'd like to live in the town or in the country. Would you like to live in the big city, Manila, with all of that going on? Or would you like to live where we are, which we are quite isolated where we live, and that is fine for me. So, is it fine for you? Will it be fine for you? Try to find a place try to find a place where you think the lifestyle will suit you. Would you be able to take your friends around and show them and be happy to show them? When you get there, will you want to leave? Now, if you've got the money, come out and have a look in that place. Now, once you're certain of a place to live, as certain as you can be without actually being there. I'm going to see if I can go in. Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at the ATM, and the first ATM in Sound is this BDO network bank. The ATM is not always working. So once you've decided that, then if you haven't been there and haven't face-to-face seen various people who are working and living, personally I found I was very lucky in finding who I found, and there's no doubt that that's been a great fortune in my life. But you can have that if you plan it right. Find a place that you would like, where when you go online only to look, you can see, do the women who are your potential partners, do they look the way that you want? We all have different tastes, so find a look that you like. Now, when you've done that, post an ad. Find a site that you think you can trust. Personally, I would go onto a Christian dating site. There is one called Christian Dating Site. Now, if you go on that, you will at least have found someone who has, hopefully, a sense of right and wrong, a sense of spirit and body, and that they're different, and believes in something. For me, that's important. So even though Beth and I didn't speak the same language when we met, we knew basically there is a God, there is someone with a greater plan than we have, and that was enough. We've learned to converse since in the same language. Now, then it's up to you to use your savvy to look at the responses that you get and decide whether the person that is talking is really the person that is speaking. And that's not always easy, right? So that's a whole other video to try to help you with that. Get the place first, then research it, find out whether the people that are advertising or wanting to meet someone are the ones that you could live with, and then place your ad, and then find someone, and then go to see them soon. Don't invest a lot of time or money into someone who may or may not be right. You need to be able to talk to them. You need to be able to believe in them, trust them. You need to love how they look. You need to look. You're going to kiss them. You need to love the way that they smell or taste or what. All of those things are important. And you can only really do that when you meet them. Good luck. Bye for now.